I'm Mike Mitchner, pastor at Westside Fellowship, and I appreciate you checking out the link Mondays with Mike. I hope they're helping you become all that God wants you to be. I want to quote a phrase. I grew up in the mountains of Virginia, and we would often hear the phrase, "I'm stuck in a rut." And maybe you've heard that phrase but really didn't fully understand it or really think it through. But a rut is a long ditch that's been created by people who've traveled the same path over and over and over and over again. And what the rut actually does is, when your wheel gets down in it, it takes control of the wheel, and it's hard to steer the wheel back up out of the rut. And in some cases it's good to be in that rut, because if there's danger on either side, you know that this is a safe path. Many other people have traveled there before. But there are times when you get stuck in the rut, and the only reason you're in that rut is because it had already been created by those who'd gone before, and it's not necessarily a safe place to be. Oftentimes we get stuck in a rut in our vocation or even in our personal life, and it's not a good thing. And what we need to do is get up out of the rut. We need to steer the wheel hard to another direction and say, you know what? I'm not going to just take the easy path and go where everybody else has gone before. And I'm going to do something that is so outrageous, or that is so out of the ordinary, that God has to show up in order for it to be successful. And sometimes we got to kick ourselves up out of the rut, because there's another expression that we grew up with that basically said a rut is nothing but a grave with the ends kicked out. And we don't want to be in a grave. We don't want to not become all that God wants us to be and just travel the safe path along with everybody else who didn't make it. No, we want to do what God wants us to do. So I want you to look at your work life or your home life or your personal life, a goal and a dream maybe you've always harbored deep inside you, or maybe it's at work you want to motivate someone or dream big. I want you to go say, you know what, we need to do this. We need to attempt this. We need to try to get out of the rut, not just play it safe and go where everybody else has gone before. Let's attempt something that's so big, so demanding, that God has to show up in order for it to be successful. It's beyond our ability to accomplish, but with our effort and with our steering ourselves up out of that rut, God will show up and do his thing. And if not, it just clinks back down in the rut, and safe you go on your way. Either way, you're going to be okay. I appreciate you checking out the link Mondays with Mike, and get out of that rut. See you next week.